Welcome back to NSC's weekly series Spotlight. After weeks on the road, the boys in gold are back here at GEODIS Park this Saturday as they face Orlando City SC. Plus, it's 90s night. All that and a bag of chips and more here on Spotlight. Welcome back, guys. It's good to be here with you both here at GEODIS Park. Excited to see the boys in gold out here on Saturday. But let's take a look back at this weekend. The boys in gold fell short to New York City FC. What would you say is the biggest storyline takeaway from this match?
Yeah, I think we talked about the fact that anytime you go to Yankee Stadium and play against New York, you're going to have to chase the game. You're going to have to be able to defend well because you're going to be up against a lot of opportunities on the defensive end. I think that's what we saw. If you look at silver lining, Jacob Schaffelberg hitting the back of the net, him contributing early on the attack, the first play of the game, he almost gets an assist to Sam Surich. For me, I love to see Jacob being on that front foot, getting a little bit more confidence, but obviously not a complete 90, henceforth the result.
Yeah, and obviously one of the stories of this game, the weather delay, about an hour, 40 minutes of the game being put on pause. In the 42nd minute, it was tied at 1. Things were pretty evenly balanced at that point. And then they came back out for the second half, the end of the first half and the second half. BJ Callahan said it. You mentioned his post-game presser. NYC just came out with the better energy, a little more intensity in that second half. And BJ didn't quite like Nashville's response to it, couldn't quite find those answers at the end. And New York, give them credit, they've had an up and down season, but they've had a lot of success against the top 6 teams in the Eastern Conference. They're undefeated against those 6 teams, and that continued. Alonso Martinez with the game winner. So, look, 3 straight losses for the first time this season. It's Nashville's first dip in form that we've seen, and that's the bad news. The good news is everything is still in front of you right now, and you come back home for the first time in 5 weeks to play a league game, and the Supporters Shield is there, U.S. Open Cup semifinal, and also it's about keeping a top 4 spot down the back stretch here.
Just to touch on the rain delay from an experience standpoint, it's easier said than done to sit in the locker room for longer than a match has even played and then get back out there and pick up right where you left off. Is it an excuse? Absolutely not, because both teams, both organizations are in the same situation. But I've been there a lot of times where you may have started the game very well, or it's even, and then it's a completely new game. So again, this is going to be an experience moment for the boys in gold. Okay, next time there's a rain delay, what do we do better in the locker room that we didn't do in the previous timeout?
Well, taking a look at this week ahead, before we jump into the match against Orlando City SC, it's 90s night. And I know all 3 of us were 90s kids, so I have to ask if you could
I'm an 80s baby.
I was going to say, I feel like we should defer to...
But you were a 90s kid,
yes,
right?
but I'm an 80s baby, though. We need to make this clear.
89?
88.
88? Oh, you might be old.
I just talked about experience, so
I mean,
go ahead.
We were in diapers, and I think Jalil's learning how to walk, so I feel like we should kind of defer to Mr. Anibaba on this one.
All right, so you have more memories of the 90s than we did. So if you were to bring back a 90s trend, what would it be?
Oh, a 90s trend to bring back? I don't know, maybe like slinkies and like foot roll-ups that you pull all the way out and then eat it all in one or something like that.
Fruit by the foot. I think it was called fruit by the foot.
They're fruit roll-ups too.
Oh.
I told you I got more experience in the 90s from you.
Let the man speak. Generally an older person who remembers these things better. So
I guess your wise wisdom from back in the days will serve you well in this conversation.
Fair enough. I mean, the last point I'll make when you talk about 90s, what I would really like to see come back, and it's already here, is the style.
Heck yeah.
Baggy jeans are back in.
Cargo pants.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So all these clothes that y'all young guns are wearing now, you can thank my generation for making them, cool. So you're welcome.
A couple years older than us. Okay, what about you, Lucas?
Success from my sports teams. Definitely a lot better in the 90s than now. Just across the board. Yeah.
Does that include the Vols?
Oh, absolutely. Includes the Tennessee Vols, a Titan Super Bowl appearance. Brazil actually won World Cups in the 1990s, so better times.
I feel that from the Romania side. The 90s were the golden era of soccer, and that's why I fell in love with this beautiful game. But if I could bring back any moment or any piece of 90s, I would bring back the Macarena.
Oh.
I'd bring it back to every event.
I'd
bring back the Bayside Boy remix. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. When I go to the gym, and I need to hype myself up on leg day, it's the Macarena that's playing in my head.
Listen, there's one voice speaking to Nashville fans at GEODIS Park on game days. So if you want this crowd to be doing the Macarena, then you're in control of that.
I should do that. I don't know if I'll have a job the next day, but I should do that. All right, one more question 90s wise. What was your favorite 90s TV show or movie?
90s TV show? Oh, how do I? Family Matters.
Okay.
Boy Meets World.
Yes,
What you want me? Recess.
Yep.
Hey Arnold. You want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Yo, some of these I still watch all the way back, like over and over and over. You talk about the 90s sitcoms.
Yeah.
What? The era doesn't get better.
Nope.
Yeah, can't go wrong with any of those. Family Matters is a great shout. Friends. Movie-wise, give me Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. I would say The Parent Trap. That movie shaped me.
Classic.
I loved it. When I discovered that Lindsay Lohan doesn't have a twin, I was brokenhearted for like a day. But
She's making a comeback. Maybe we get a
is.
remake at
We
some point.
should.
We're remaking everything else.
we absolutely should. All right, so let's take a look at this Saturday's match. Nashville SC will be taking Orlando on here at GEODIS Park. Nashville SC being third in Eastern Conference, Orlando City being fourth in Eastern Conference, both at 47 points. What are you looking for this Saturday?
Well, it's an opportunity, first of all, for a six-pointer, right, to go up in the table, to keep Orlando with as many points leaving as they came in with. I just expect a sense of urgency from Nashville in this game. Back home, on the back of 3 losses, one thing they've done a really good job of this season is staying even-keeled, not getting too high, not getting too low coming off of those losses. So I expect a prepared Nashville team. You have to keep Marko Pasalic in check with his 11 goals. It's an informed Orlando team that you're getting 4 straight wins in league play, and they'll be coming off a midweek Leagues Cup fixture against Toluca. So there's a lot of factors here, but I expect Nashville to be high energy, high intensity right from the jump as they're back home.
Yeah, I expect this game to feel like a playoff joint because that's typically what we see when Nashville faces off against Orlando, whether it's the beginning of the season, middle, or playoffs itself. There's always that little bit of extra, I don't vibe with you across the line, right? So I expect the intensity to be there, the urgency, like you said. I also expect this match to be played at an extremely high level. Why? You have a lot of all-stars on the field. You have a lot of players that are vying to really fortify their careers, whether it's potential moves, whether it's them really trying to let everybody know I'm one of the best players in the league. So you're talking about Sam Search, you're talking about Hani Mukhtar, you're talking about Andy Nahar. You're also talking about, on the other side of the line, Pasalic, Ojeda, Muriel, of course, Alex Freeman. So the big names on both sides of the line, I expect them to really deliver exciting, tantalizing football. But then when it's who is going to be the unexpected heroes? We talked about Schaff in the last game doing his thing. I want to see that continued exuberance from him. I want to continue to see players on both sides of the line to make this a very interesting game. And of course, Nashville being at home, they are very, very poised to get all 3 points against a rivalry team.
And to that point, who can come out as that tertiary goal-scoring option for Nashville down this backstretch? We know Hani and Sam Surridge are going to be there in the most important games, but can it be Jacob Schaffelberg, scored his second goal in New York? Can it be Tyler Boyd if he is reintegrated back into this lineup coming back from an ACL injury? Wonder if Nashville can find that third, more consistent scoring option heading into the most important part of the season.
Looking back, what do you think Nashville can take from their earlier win against Orlando City in the Open Cup match?
You know, Jalil, you can speak on this better than me. I think you kind of start with a blank slate. That game, it's U.S. Open Cup, right? The 11s are very different, especially for Nashville. Orlando pretty much had a first-team look, so I guess you could go back and look at some of their tendencies. You haven't played them other than that fixture this year, but in terms of how Nashville approached that game, just different shape, different personnel all over the field in what was a come-from-behind 3-2 win in U.S. Open Cup.
Yeah, what you're going to be taking from that is just the matchup. Like, we beat them the last time out. We continue that on. And then what Orlando's going to be saying is we're in way better form than them. So we need to make sure that we put what we've been doing as of late into practice. When you talk about Orlando, they have not lost a game since June 1st. So they're in, I would say, about that same level of form that Nashville was in when they beat them in the Open Cup. So now it's that kind of tug of war, and this is exactly what you want as far as being of your best form against one of the better teams in the league from Nashville's standpoint.
Taking a look at Nashville's back line, having to bounce back from falling short in New York, what do you think they'll have to do to shape up to be competitive against Orlando?
Truthfully, I think a lot. I think that's what we have not seen in the recent results or lack thereof from Nashville. That urgency, that intensity, hitting people, making it known that, hey, Nashville has been built on defense. The offense is completely cracking this year. You don't have to worry. Is the team going to get a goal? The answer most often this season is yes. So now the impetus is on the defense. Can they get back to that consistency of, especially here at the Castle, this is going to be a very difficult one for you. I don't care if the defense steps into the attacking third, somebody's getting cracked. If somebody is in the middle third, a center back stepping up, it's not going to be easy for you, especially box defending. Needs to sharpen up, in my opinion, and it's not just coming from a sense of there's the incapability, it's getting back to what the team can do very well.
Yeah, 5 goals conceded in the last 2 games. Walker Zimmerman unable to start either of those games with a knee injury that held him out in St. Louis. He was able to come in off the bench against NYC, but if he's back in the starting 11 wearing that captain's band, could see it pay immediate dividends for the back line.
Well, after hearing all of that, how could you not want to be here? Plus, you add in the 90s night, you add in the 90s flair.
Live doing the Macarena in the concourse.
I might be doing the Macarena right over there by Gate C. There's only one way to find out, which means you have to be here at GEODIS Park on Saturday. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We hope to see you here. If not, you can catch all the action live on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV or listen locally with our friends on 104.5 The Zone. Thanks for watching Spotlight.